welcome to our recap of the premiere episode of Utopia.
Utopia!
Yay! We decided to check this show out because it was created by the same guy who created Big Brother USA, and it just seemed like a really interesting concept.
And let me just say, we will definitely be covering this show. We'll be doing recaps of the broadcast shows, but not the live feeds.
We can't. It's
too much. It's a big commitment.
Yeah, but this show is freaking nuts.
It's F nuts. There are 15 people. They're starting their own world.
They're potentially leaving their lives behind for a year.
All right.
Up to a year.
This is not a game.
No, there's no prize at the end. The real prize is like the emotional journey.
So they get 5 acres with a lake, a barn, some animals.
I think they had like a few chickens, some cows.
2 cows, a telephone, and $5,000.
Yeah.
Some jars to drink out of.
Yeah, I saw quite a few people drinking out of jars.
Right. So let's talk about some of the people.
All right. Well, first of all,
the people.
It was supposed to start out with 15, but one person was already kicked off because they were trying to use their cell phone, I guess, when they were being sequestered.
To Google other people. All right. So, Hexs. She's a huntress.
She's like Katniss from the Hunger Games.
And she is a big personality.
Mm-hmm. She's also very tall. She's like 6 feet tall,
She's 6 feet tall, yeah. There's Brie, the vet tech. She's kind of wishy-washy.
All right.
The pastor, Jonathan.
He is leaving his family behind.
He wants to bring God back to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron. All right, it's Aaron, the chef.
He's a personal chef.
Everybody's got a really intense story.
Yeah, everybody's got like crazy backstories. It's really interesting.
Bella is a prepper. She's also a little nuts.
Doesn't she work in like real estate something?
Yeah.
But by night, she is a prepper.
Every realtor I ever met was nuts. All right, Rob, he's a patriot, and he's short as shit. He's like 5 feet tall.
Hey, and he's from New Jersey.
Exactly. Dedeker, she's got not one boyfriend, not 2 boyfriends.
Yeah, 2 boyfriends.
But 2 boyfriends and a girlfriend.
All right.
Interesting.
For sure. Chris, the musician, we didn't hear too much about him this episode.
Not this episode. Rob, he's a patriot.
We just said that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wake up, Nikki. She's a yoga instructor.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
A yoga instructor, and I believe a holistic doctor.
Yes. Dave, he's an ex-convict.
He's got a crazy story. He's really interesting.
He's made some mistakes, but you know what? He's ready to move on. Mm-hmm. He's from Queens, just like me. Josh, the general contractor.
Oh my
He's a douche. All right. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lawyer. I didn't catch his name.
We didn't get his name, but he's one of my favorites so far, because every time they cut to him, he's just like...
I think he really hates himself. But he is a vegetarian, so that's cool.
Yep.
There's Red. Named, I'm assuming, because he's a redneck.
I don't know.
And finally, Amanda. She's got a secret. She just blew it.
I just blew it. She's pregnant. It's crazy.
All right, so they get there. They gather in the barn.
This is supposed to be like their shelter area.
Right, and...
there's like a hologram.
Yeah.
That's speaking to them.
It explains the rules and everything. You cats might be here for a year.
Yeah, so every month, 3 people are going to be nominated, and the viewers are going to vote 1 person out, and then 1 person will be joining.
Who's going to join in?
A fresh candidate.
I'm sure you could still apply for the show.
You can.
Because if you want to do this, and you might. I mean...
I'm sure it's a real experience, so...
Well, to begin with, they have this very large crate that the hologram is on.
Not too big.
Well, it's pretty big. And,
everyone came in with their own crate.
A littler crate.
Yes.
They thought they were going to be able to bring all of their stuff.
No.
But they have to decide, as a society, what is going into the crate, because that's the only thing they can keep.
Yeah, so there's no way that they can all fit all of their stuff in there. So they really need to pick and choose what's important, you know, any personal items that might have, like, emotional significance.
So, of course, the pastor's going to pick his Bible and, like, Katniss, aka Hexs, is gonna pick her crossbow.
Yeah, well, there was some drama because I think Red also brought a bow, and he was like, this one's different than Hex's bow, so I think we should have both. And Dave starts freaking out.
He freaked the freak out because...
He's like, you take that other bow out of there!
Because he wanted to bring all of the stuff that he was bringing because he thought he was bringing, and you can't flip the script like that on Dave because he's gonna have a freaking post-traumatic stress disorder episode. And he did. It escalated quickly.
I gotta say, some of the phrases that Dave is pulling out, top notch.
Yes.
Top notch.
Alright, so he wants all his stuff. They're like, do whatever you want. And then he's like, no, I don't want that. And
then that girl Brie starts yelling at him. She's like, you're having a hissy fit and blah, blah. And everyone's like, yeah.
You are a hothead. She's a little out of control. So, yeah, they work it out. They finally get the lid on the crate. They're all good to go.
Yeah, so then Aaron looks over at Amanda, and he's just like,
you're not just fat.
He mouths it, and he's like across the barn. And then she comes over, she's like, I can't hear you, what'd you say? And he's like, are you pregnant?
At first she was like, no.
And then she's like, okay, yeah, I am, but don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Alright, so in the barn, they find some pickles, some flour, and a couple of jugs of wine.
Alright, so it's time to explore the compound. So they go check out the barn where the animals are. They find a water source.
For the animals, but not in the barn itself. There's also outlets, but there is no power. You didn't think you were going to get it for free, would you?
Yeah.
Alright, so...
They need to figure out what they're going to do with the whole bathroom situation, too.
Bella wants to have Humanure, which is composting human waste. Kind of disgusting.
Hey, if you do it the right way,
well,
if you know what you're doing, it could work.
It could, but Josh wants toilets because he doesn't like the fessies. He doesn't want to have to deal with that.
Another thing, I think they're going to have the opportunity to try to make their own money.
Yes.
So if you think about it, I think farming could be a potential thing for them.
It could be.
So they might want to look into that Humanure.
Yeah, it could be, but guess what? Nobody wants to eat vegetables that people crapped on.
Well, don't tell them.
Alright, well, it's...
They want to eat vegetables that cows crapped on?
It's different. It's different. It's like crossing the streams. You just don't do it.
Alright, well, another hot button issue in Utopia.
Clothing.
Is
it optional?
Apparently.
It is here. And, alright, so things are getting underway, and Jonathan decides, well, I'm going to catch some fish for dinner, and that's cool because everybody's hungry.
Aaron has pretty much taken up the responsibility of preparing all the meals.
Well, he is a chef. And they have a little dinner meeting. And they are disagreeing on the whole religion thing. Some people want to say grace, some people are offended by it.
Well, you know who likes to cause a problem?
Joshy.
Oh my gosh. So Red is saying a prayer, and Josh is just like, yo, pass me this, pass me.
He was being really disrespectful, and that was so uncalled for.
Why couldn't you just, like, go ahead and eat if you have to, but be quiet?
Well, talking about eating, Amanda will not be restricted to eating only 2 times a day.
Yeah, they try to set some rules. Aaron's like, I'll be in charge of nutrition, whatever. And he's like, I think we should be eating 2 meals a day because of how much food there is. And she's like, oh, no.
I am a city girl, and I need to eat whenever I want.
It was totally a Gary, Big Brother Canada thing. I live a gourmet life. I cook nice meals for myself. So, like, the rest of the group, besides Aaron, they don't know that she is with child.
Yeah.
So
it's
they're
not
just
completely obvious. So then Nikki, the yoga lady, is like, hey, let's do some yoga. And again, Josh is like, I do hand yoga every night before I go to bed. That is so sad.
So then Jonathan is like, you need to stop that. There are ladies here. You need to be a little more respectful.
And everything erupts from there. Dave unbelievably, is the voice of reason.
Yeah, this is his chance to make up for freaking out when they were trying to decide which stuff that they were going to keep for the year.
He's like, yo, just chill, let's hug it out.
Yeah, so he apologizes for his actions earlier. It's a sweet moment.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Good for you, Dave.
All right, so Jonathan and Red have a little connection because...
They're two of the older guys in the group.
And they're both Christians.
They feel like they're babysitting right now.
They kind of are. Hexs has found the whiskey, the Kentucky whiskey, I guess.
I think Red brought the whiskey.
Red brought the whiskey and the Tang.
Well, everybody was all over both of those.
Yeah, and I'm sure they were drinking the wine too from the garage.
Yeah.
The barn. And Josh is getting douchey.
They're both super drunky.
Totally schwasty. He was like super schwasty because he was talking like a 2-year-old.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. He was like,
it was ridiculous.
Are you going to make beds for us? And
you have to. You gotta make beds.
It was really weird.
It was really weird. He was super drunk.
He was getting touchy with some of the girls. They were just like, whoa.
He was trying to grope Katniss, a.k.a. Hexs, and she wasn't having it.
No.
She was pretty drunk herself.
But she was like, she seemed more with it, for sure, than he was.
Well, Dave took matters into his own hands.
He was not having this.
And
he
all I can say is, no.
He jumps on Josh's back, starts like beating him up or something, and Hexs is just like, no.
He was trying to shiv him. All right, so
it's crazy.
That happened.
So then they break them up. Mm-hmm. I think they had Josh sleeping in the animal barn shed thing.
They sequestered him over there. Dave, the next day, or was it still that night?
Same night. He was talking to Jonathan
about the whole religion thing. And he's like, where did Jesus come from?
Oh my gosh. They were talking about the difference between Jesus and God. And
because if you're a Christian, you believe that God is Jesus and Jesus is God, but Dave wasn't having that.
Dave was saying some sacrilegious things about Mary and Joseph, and Jonathan was very upset.
Yeah. So this has got to be really hard for him because I'm sure when people come to his church, he's used to them agreeing with him. So this has got to really throw a wrench in the works. It's a big test for him.
Well, you can't make this stuff up. It's still the first night, and there's already romance.
Brie and Chris are totally hooking up.
We both love animals. Do you have any pets? Okay, let's make out.
I don't know what they did in there.
I don't know.
Assuming it was more than making out.
I don't need to know.
All right, well, poor Hexs has been throwing up all freaking night.
And the next morning.
The production calls 911.
Production has to step in,
Yeah.
And get her out of there.
Freaking alcohol poisoning. Are you kidding me?
Go figure.
So Josh's punishment and trial is put on hold.
Yeah, they don't want to have the trial without Hexs there to speak.
That's right, because she was the one who was assaulted. So she really is the one who's pressing charges, so she should be there.
Well, before his trial starts, Josh is already trying to make up for what happened.
That was a smart move.
Yeah, he's helping out, good PR.
Yeah, I mean, he was really sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And Hexs returns, and they have the trial, and it was just so freaking weird.
Where did that lawyer get the gavel? Did he bring that, or was that something else? It sounded very gavel-y.
Maybe he brought it. I don't know.
Do you guys remember what his name is? Because we missed that one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Leave it in the comments.
We'll find out when we go upstairs. But if you'd help us out, that would be great.
He looked totally like...
He was hating himself. He was like, what the actual F am I doing here?
Yeah, so
why did I do this?
There was another fight at the trial. They were trying to decide how long everyone should be able to speak their piece. And then Rob was like, I don't want to do this. He should stay here. F you, F you. Yeah, and Bella's just like...
He runs out.
Well, you're a hothead.
That's her favorite phrase.
Yeah.
She just...
she did a complete 180. At first she was like... I vote for him to stay. I believe he should have another chance.
Now I hate him.
When he left the room and they had their debate without him there, she was just like, no, I've changed my vote. He should go.
As soon as I heard that, I just had a feeling these two are going to get together before the end of the show.
There was a vibe, even before that, on the first day.
True. Yeah, that's true. All right, so Hexs, when they were talking about the manure.
Right.
Humanure.
Yeah.
I was like, these two are going to get together.
All right. Well, Hexs has her turn to speak, and she forgives him. She wants to give him another chance because she has had issues with alcohol in the past, and she's working on that. So she understands where he's coming from. And
we discussed it too. We would both have given Josh another chance as well. We
at least one more chance.
So it's a 7.
What would you guys
6
do?
vote. Yeah, let us know in the comments. Would you have kept him, or would you have kicked his butt out in the cold?
Yeah. So like you said, 7-6 vote to stay, but they gave him some ground rules. He's on probation right now.
No booze for 90 days. And no more groping. Otherwise, you are out immediately.
If there's any harassment or whatever, they're calling 911 because by then, they'll be able to charge the cell phone.
All right. Amanda tells everyone that she's pregnant.
Not only that she's pregnant.
Well, she's not married, but she is in a relationship.
And it's not necessarily with a guy.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool. All right, so Jonathan is a total wreck when he hears this. This puts him over the edge.
Was this really what put him over the edge, or was he just having a rough day and this was the editing?
Well, I don't know.
This is still only like the second day.
Yeah.
This is day 2. And he is having a breakdown. He can't deal with all the women going to the waterfall in the nude.
Yeah. So he has a little chat with Hexs, and he's like, yeah, this is really hard on me. And she's like, well, I'm the last person that's gonna, agree with you because I'm an atheist.
Not just an atheist.
A hardcore atheist.
But they have a really nice conversation.
They do, and they both give in a little bit, and they actually, I think they mend some fences there. Mm-hmm. They lay out some new ground rules that he's going to have an hour a day in the pond.
She tells the girls that later. Like, we need to give him his time.
I think that was really considerate.
It was really nice, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now Chris and Brie, the hookuppers.
It's night 2, and they're hooking up again.
I can't believe this is only night 2.
Whenever they show them, I just see Brie, all over that guy.
Yeah.
That's all I know about them.
Well, day 3 is Sunday.
Yes.
So it's time for church. And
Pastor Jonathan.
Yeah, he gives a little sermon, which was cool for whoever wanted to listen to it. But unfortunately, a chicken has died.
Oh no, that's so sad.
I know. And they decide, should we eat it or should we not eat it?
So Red is like, yo, let's get this going. We don't have a lot of time.
I'm sure he's used to roadkill and...
I don't know. So he goes to talk to Aaron about it because Aaron's in charge of the food. And Aaron's like, I don't feel comfortable serving that to people because you don't know under what circumstances the chicken died.
And how long it's been dead.
And he's like, I know what I'm doing.
Just smell it. If it don't smell bad, you can eat it.
Yeah. Ugh. So they disagreed on that.
So Red got pissed.
He's in a bad mood. He's trying to get some water. And everyone's drinking his Tang.
Bella. Bella's really pissed. It's a drought in California, and he's spraying water all over the place trying to get to the cold water because you know what happens when you leave a hose out in the sun.
It makes the water hot.
Exactly. So she's getting pissed. It's escalating again.
Yeah.
He just wants that cold water. Oh, the Tang. Oh my God. I can't believe he brought Tang.
Well, everyone seems to enjoy it. They're all drinking it.
Well, he shouldn't. It's everyone's Tang, isn't it? So...
So then, it's full out Red versus Bella.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Another hothead shouting match.
Oh, jeez.
Then after Red is finished with...
After he's all, get out of here, woman.
He's having a verbal argument with Aaron. Mm-hmm. And that one escalates extremely quickly.
They get right up in each other's faces, like forehead to forehead.
He's like, if you
Aaron
touch
doesn't like that.
Your body to my body one more time, that is it. All right, one more time after this time.
He said he was going to be in the dirt if he did it again.
He was going to knock his in the dirt. Alright, so the girls, they don't care.
They're having a little girl power moment.
They're having a goddess circle. They're laughing and chatting about menstrual cycles and the moon, and isn't this going to be great? Yeah. We're all going to be bleeding at the same time.
Alright. Well, Red has had enough of everything.
He wants to leave. And he's got his
stuff together. He's got his tang. He's like, say goodbye to the tang because it's coming with me.
He's got his bandana with the stick over his shoulder.
He's at the gate.
Ready to push it open.
And Jonathan and Dave are like, wait, don't go.
Don't do it. So.
They convince him.
Stay until the morning.
Yeah.
So, Aaron apologizes.
They hug it out.
Meanwhile,
it's all good for now with them.
Meanwhile, my predictions have come true. Bella is totally grooving on Josh. She's having a little giggle attack. She's like, oh my God.
Your fly's open. I opened it. Just kidding. Yeah, but what a turnaround. Day 3.
Well, she made the 180 in the vote. Now she made the 180 on him.
Yep.
So the next time this show is going to be on is Tuesday.
This show's wild.
And I have to say, I can't freaking wait. I'm going to be on those feeds. You know it.
So let us know what you guys think of the show so far, if you're excited about it.
Yeah. And join us for the ride. It's a year-long commitment. We'll be here. Will you? I sure hope so. And until next time, much love.
Edit.